Hi guys, so we have a question that reads the perimeter of the quadrilateral is double the perimeter of the triangle. Work out the perimeters. So in this question, we are going to try to find out the perimeter of the quadrilateral on the left and the perimeter of the triangle on the right. And we know the formula for finding the perimeter of any shape is to just add up the length of all the sides. But in this question, the lengths are not given in absolute figures. They are given in algebraic expressions. But nevertheless, we are going to add them up together and we'll crack on from there. So I'm just going to draw a quick line to separate both shapes. And then I would say perimeter of quadrilateral first. So it's going to be, I'm just going to attempt to add up all the sides now. Starting from 2x minus 1 and x minus 3 and 2x and 3x. So what I'm going to do here is to add everything up. 2x plus x is 3x. 3x plus 2x is 5x. 5x plus 3x is 8x. Put down minus 1 minus 3, of course, is minus 4. So the perimeter of this quadrilateral is 8x minus 4. I'll move to the other side and find out the perimeter of the triangle. So in the same way as we did on the left hand side, we're just going to add up all three algebraic terms, which is x plus 3, 4, and x plus 2. Of course, putting the plus sign here so we know what we're doing. So x plus x, of course, is 2x. Then 3 plus 4 is 7. And 7 plus 2 is 9. Yeah. So now that we have the perimeters of both shapes in algebraic terms, we are going to go on to the next step, which is to try to plug these two algebraic terms into an equation, adding them together using an equal to sign. But we know that both sides, both parameters are not the same because the question says that the the perimeter of the quadrilateral is double. That's the key word, the perimeter of the triangle. So let's assume that the perimeter of this triangle was x. So if the perimeter of the quadrilateral was double of x, it means that the perimeter of the quadrilateral will be 2x. But then you will know that 2x is not equal to x, and therefore we cannot put an equal to sign in between these two algebraic expressions in order to form an equation. So in order to make both sides equal, what we are going to have to do is to um, double, is to multiply the right hand side by 2. So what I mean by this is that, let's say for example x was 2, it means that the perimeter of the triangle will be 2, right? Yeah. So if x was 2 and the quadrilateral is double of 2, it will mean that this quadrilateral will be 2 times 2 here, which is 4. So yeah, just like how I said before, 4 is not equal to 2. So in order to make 4 to be equal to 2, we will have to multiply the right hand side by 2, which means we will have to make the triangle to be double its size before it has to be the same as the perimeter of the quadrilateral. So in this case, 4 will be equal to 2 times 2, which is 4. So 4 is actually equal to 4 here. So in this case, we can just plug in the perimeters together. So the perimeter of the quadrilateral, like we know, is 8x minus 4. And the perimeter of the triangle is 2x plus 9. But in this case, we are going to multiply it by 2, which is the same thing as saying 8x minus 4 is equals to 2 into 2x plus 9. So this is the equation that we can use to solve for x. And if this is not clear to you, we can just do it in a simpler way, in a much simpler way, because you've got to be careful when you're changing, when you're plugging these algebraic expressions into an equation so you don't make a mistake. So let's go back to the question and read it again. It says the perimeter of the quadrilateral is double the perimeter of the triangle. So let's just draw a simple shape and say quadrilateral. Let's assume this is the shape of the quadrilateral, and let's assume that this is the shape of this is the perimeter of the triangle rather. So we can see that I've tried to make the box on the left hand side to appear double in size of the box on the right hand side. So the perimeter of this quadrilateral is 8x minus 4, like we've calculated, and the perimeter of the triangle is 2x plus 9. So we can see that these rectangles rather, are not equal. So in order to make them equal, we have two options. It's either we divide this box, this rectangle, into two, or we can double this rectangle by adding another one to make them similar. So if we choose the option of dividing this into two, we're going to have something like this and this. In this case, what we've been doing here is saying 8x minus 4 divided by 2, and this is 2x plus 9. So these two are equal. And if we choose to go with the other step, just like we've calculated before, we can say we can maintain our big box as 8x minus 4, but we will now have to add another box on top. So that here will be 2x plus 9, and here will be 2x plus 9. So now both sides are equal, and we can now plug it into an equation. So if we choose the left-hand side, we are going to get something like this. 8x minus 4 over 2 is equal to 2x plus 9. This is a valid equation. On the right-hand side, we can also do 8x minus 4 is equal to 2x plus 9 plus 2x plus 9. This is another valid way to solve it. So let's just start with the one on the left, and we're going to move on from there. So when we have this equation, I'm just going to write it down here again so it's clear. But 8x minus 4 over 2 is equal to 2x plus 9 all over 1, which is the same thing. So what we're going to do here is to cross multiply, which simply means that the numerator on the left hand side will be multiplied with by the denominator on the right hand side, whereas the denominator on the left hand side will be multiplied by the numerator on the right hand side. So it goes to 8x minus 4 times 1 is equals to 2 times 2x plus 9. And it's the same thing as saying 1 goes into bracket 8x minus 4 is equals to 2 goes into bracket 2x plus 9. And which is 1 times 8x is 8x, 1 times 4 minus 4 is minus 4 is equal to 2 times 2x is 4x, and 2 times 9 is 18. So in order to move forward, we will have to add 4 to both sides to eliminate this 4. So if we say minus 4 plus 4, it gives us 0. And if we say plus 18 plus 4, it gives us 22. So we bring down the equation here and say 8x is equal to 4x plus 22. Next step we're going to do is to divide both sides by 4x in order to eliminate the 4x here. So if we say 8, sorry, next thing we're going to do is to subtract 4x from both sides to take away this 4x. So if we say 8x minus 4x and 4x minus 4x, this one cancels this, leaving us with nothing, whereas 4 goes into 8 4 times to give us 4x. So what we're going to be left with is 4x is equals to 22. And to move forward, we will divide both sides by 4. So we say over 4 and this over 4. 4 takes out this 4 here, leaving us with x. And 4 goes into 22 5 times with a remainder of 2 over 4. And this is equal to 5 and the half, because 2 over 4 is the same thing as 5 and the half. And as we know, 1 over 2 is the same thing as half, which is the same thing as 0.5. So we can say essentially that x is equals to 5.5. So we have found out the value of x here. And let's go to the other equation to see if it's going to give us the same thing. Remember here we have 8x minus 4 is equal to 2x plus 9 plus 2x plus 9. 8x minus 4 is equal to 2x plus 2x gives us 4x. Now 9 plus 9 here gives us 18. So what we are going to do, just like the left hand side, is to make sure that we take away the 4. And how we're going to take away the 4 is to add 4 to both sides. So if we add 4 here and we'll add 4 here, so we'll get 8x minus 4 plus 4 gives us 0. So we'll move on. It's equals to 4x, and plus 18 plus 4 gives us plus 22. So we put down plus 22 here. Now the next thing we are going to do is to subtract 4x from both sides to take away this 4x. So we say minus 4x and minus 4x. So 8x minus 4x is 4x. So we'll bring down 4x here is equal to 4x minus 4x is 0. So we'll move on. Then we'll say we'll bring down 22. So at this point, we are going to divide both sides by 4 in order to take away this 4 here. So this 4 takes out this 4 and leaves us with x, and like in the other place, 4 divided by 22 is 5 times remainder 2 over 4, which is the same thing as 5.5, which is the same thing as 5.5. I think this method on the right hand side is quite shorter than the method on the left. Anyways, we have the figure for x now, so we can plug it into this equation to get our perimeter. What I'm just going to do is that I'm going to just going to copy this and paste it down here so we can be quick about it. Yeah, so we know that perimeter of the quadrilateral is 8x minus 4, and perimeter of the triangle is 2x plus 9. So if when where x is equals to 5.5, we are just going to plug it in. So it means it's x into 5.5 minus 4, and x times 5.5, maybe I'll just do it here. If you don't have a calculator, you can just put the decimal points one side to make it 55.0. So it's 55 times 8. 5 times 8 is 40, carried 4 here. 5 times 8 is another 40 plus 4, 44. So just bring the decimal point one back. So you have 44. So this is 44 minus 4, and which is 40. So the perimeter of the quadrilateral is equals to 40. And if we want, we can just plug in 5.5 for x here and solve this algebraic term. But we already know from the question that the perimeter of the quadrilateral is double the perimeter of the triangle. So what we can just do here is just to divide 40 by 2, and it gives us 20 as the perimeter of the triangle. But if we want to still substitute it into this perimeter, we can say it's 2 5.5 plus 9. So 2 times 5.5, we can just do it here, times 2. 5 times 2 is 10, bring 1 here. 5 times 2 is 10 plus 1, 11, and put the decimal point back. So that's 11 plus 9, which is equals to 20. So of course we can say therefore perimeter of quadrilateral is equals to 40, and perimeter of the triangle is equals to 20.